Today, we're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and the LA Rams, guys. We're going to do a little game preview where we break down the Rams versus the Bird Gang. I'm really excited for this game, guys. A lot of fun going to be had in this game, NFL fans. I'm super excited. The Eagles did play the Rams in Week 12. I just got done watching the tape, guys, and oh, baby. There's definitely some good stuff and some bad stuff to take from this game. Kyren Williams definitely ran the ball pretty effectively versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Defensively, Nakobe Dean is not going to be in this game for the Birds. He got hurt, and he had a very big game. One of his best games as a pro was versus the Rams. Are really going to miss him. Brandon Graham is also not going to be on the field. He had a big sack in that game versus the Rams. The Philadelphia Eagles dominated. Saquon Barkley had 255 yards. The dude was out of his mind. One of the best performances of a running back in a very, very long time. The dude was absolutely unbelievable, right? So, who do I ultimately think wins this game? And what matchups are going to be the most important, right? This young Rams defensive line was very aggressive in that first game, and it cost them. It cost them bad, guys. And that's why Saquon Barkley had two gigantic monster runs versus the Rams. Yeah, Zach, I definitely think they have a chance of beating them. I think the Buffalo Bills are the team to beat right now. I really think that they're that good. And Josh Allen is that good. He's unbelievably talented, guys. He is super impressive. I just don't know how the Ravens win. I think the Bills are going to dominate everywhere. I really do. I love the Bills in this spot. They play such complementary football. And they got their linebackers back and playing healthy football. This Bills defense was not the same when their linebackers were hurt. They do now. They got them back, so they're going to be just fine. I like the Bills to get a home W, man. I want anybody to beat the Chiefs. Can we get some likes? That would be awesome. Help this video get out in the YouTube universe, right? But can we get the Texans? Can we get the Texans to beat the Chiefs? That would be absolutely incredible, guys. But I'm going to do a video about them. In this video, we're going to talk about this Eagles-Rams game and some of the matchups that I like. I'm looking at the depth charts now. And the secondary for the Rams is very beatable. I just got done watching the tape of the game from Week 12. And it just shows you like how good this offense could be for the Philadelphia Eagles if they get A.J. Brown involved in getting the football. He had a monster game versus the Rams earlier in the year. He was so good. The whole game was just A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley. Can the Rams stop him? I don't know, man. I'm looking at the roster. The Rams are probably going to be in a lot of nickel, right? So, I mean, they don't have any cornerback on the roster right now with a PFF grade above 66. I know PFF isn't the end-all be-all, but their highest-rated player has been Jared Verse. 87.9 grade as a rookie is extremely, extremely impressive. Kobe Turner had another good year, 75.3. But Fisk and Young, so-so years. The linebackers have been so-so. The safeties have been decent, but the cornerback play has not been great for the LA Rams. I think that's going to hurt them in this game. I don't know if they have the linebackers to be able to slow down Saquon Barkley, guys. I don't know how they deal with that. The Eagles' offensive line, I think, just outmatches the LA Rams. And you got to remember, Jared Verse, he's like the right outside linebacker, right DN, whatever you want to call it. He's going up against Jordan Mailata, right? So, I mean, that's a tough ask. And Young is going up against Lane Johnson. First against Mailata, that's going to be the matchup to watch right there, guys. Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles really got to Matt Stafford in that first game, guys. 5 sacks by the Philadelphia Eagles. They were in Stafford's face the whole game. But he had some success. Puka Nacua had a good game in that Week 12 spot. But Saquon Barkley was just too much. They were able to get after him. Kyren Williams fumbled the ball twice in that game. He only lost one of them. But if they can slow down Kyren Williams, who had some gash plays, I think it's the Philadelphia Eagles game to lose, guys. Just checking out some of these comments real quick. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see a situation how you give up 255 yards to a running back not that long ago, and then you're going to just shut him down. I think the Eagles' offensive line is just very, very dominant, right? And I think they're going to get the job done against the Rams. So I am predicting the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game, not just because I'm a Philly faithful, but just by breaking down these teams, watching the tape from Week 12. And Matt Stafford was at home, and they were able to disrupt him that much at home, guys. I don't know how Matt Stafford plays better in the cold in Philadelphia, right? It's going to be in the 30s. Matt Stafford was ineffective for the most part at home at SoFi Stadium. Yeah, I mean, I call it like I see it with the Eagles, man. When I think they're going to win, I tell you. When I think they're going to lose, I'll let you know. I honestly think the Packers game was going to be a little tougher than this Rams game. I said in my breakdown before, I'd rather play the Rams than catch a hot Vikings team. But the Vikings the last 2 weeks really shit the bed. Sam Darnold just can't play under pressure, man, straight up. He can't play under pressure. Yeah, 31 points is a lot for the Eagles to give up. Remember, the Eagles have the #1 defense in the NFL, right? So for Matt Stafford to put up 31 points on the road in 30-degree weather would be a disaster for the Eagles. Straight up. Straight up. But the Eagles are going to miss Nakobe Dean. That's a huge loss, guys. Yeah, the Rams, the last 3 weeks of this season that Matt Stafford played, he looked pretty awful. Straight up. They scored, 19, 13, and 12 points. It was against the Jets, the Cardinals, and the 49ers. Not good. He didn't look good at all. Yeah, so it's tough sledding for Matt Stafford to play better on the road in Philadelphia than he did at home in SoFi Stadium. The Eagles' defense has only gotten better, guys. They've only gotten better. Missing Nakobe Dean and Brandon Graham is a huge loss, but the guys have been stepping up. I think Burks is going to take over at the linebacker spot. And the Eagles with Darius Slay, Isaiah Rodgers played a lot in that first game. I don't expect him to play as much with Slay, Cooper DeJean, and Quinyon Mitchell. But we'll see how that. I guess maybe Isaiah Rodgers with his speed, they like the matchups with him a little bit. So we'll see what's up. Yeah, Cooper Kupp he hasn't really been involved in the offense too much. But their tight end that got hurt, he was having a really good game. And it looks like he's going to miss. Yeah, Tyler Higbee. They're saying he might play, he might not play, but that injury is pretty serious. He had to go to the hospital from what I was reading. So that's going to be a pretty serious injury for them if that tight end doesn't play. They need another element. They really need to get Kyren Williams going. I think the way the Rams win this game is establishing the run with Kyren Williams. They did have a little bit of success versus the Eagles in Week 12. Kyren Williams didn't have a bad game at all. I think that's their path to victory. If they're going to drop Stafford back 40, 45 times, I think he's going to turn the ball over, man. Yeah, I mean, they played really bad football. And they won games against bad teams. The Philadelphia Eagles defense is way better than the Cardinals, the Jets, and the 49ers. Like, way better. So if he's had trouble scoring points the last 3 weeks of the season, I don't know, guys. I don't like the way it sounds. Yeah, so we'll see what happens, guys. So I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles in this spot. My prediction for the score is I think it's going to be 28-17 Philadelphia Eagles. The reason why I don't think Stafford gets going is, A, the cold weather. Their offensive line has been, so-so this year. Pretty decent. Jackson had a really good year. Alaric Jackson, 75 grade. Their other, Rob Havenstein, he had a really good year at the right tackle spot. So, they had trouble. This offensive line is pretty good. They have the rookie, Bo Limmer, at center. He was a weak spot in that game. They really got to protect Matt Stafford. If he gets sacked 5 times again, guys, it's going to be a long day at the office for Matt Stafford. And the Eagles' offensive line has to play a little bit better. In that game, I rewatched the game, and Jalen Hurts was getting pressured a lot. At one point, he had 22 dropbacks and 11 pressures. So the Eagles got to protect him a little bit better. Get A.J. Brown going, guys. Yeah, their defense has definitely been playing better for sure. But outside of last week with Matt Stafford, that offense has really struggled the last month and a half. And he hasn't played anywhere even close to the cold weather that he's going to play in. Yeah, I agree 100%. Jalen Hurts definitely needs to get the ball out faster. But that's a scheme thing. Kellen Moore's got to be better at calling plays, guys. He really, really does. He definitely has to be better at calling plays. So, we'll have to see how this game plays out. I'm really excited about this game. I think the Philadelphia Eagles have a chance to go to a championship game. It's going to be really cold there. So, I'm looking at Matt Stafford right now, the last few games. Seahawks loss he didn't play in. Then the 3 games before that, 13 points, 19 points, 12 points. All wins, but at San Francisco, at the Jets, in the Dome in Arizona. They won at home versus Buffalo. They played in another dome, they played another dome, lost to the Eagles in a dome. The last time they played outside, and that was like in October. They haven't played any cold weather games at all whatsoever this year, Matt Stafford. So this is going to be a whole different ball game, man, because it's going to be freezing cold in Philly, guys. Straight freezing cold, like in the 30s. So we'll have to see how Matt Stafford looks in the cold weather. They played New England, but like that was in like November and October. That's not January Philadelphia weather, man. It's just not. It was probably in the 50s that day. Playing in 55, 58, 50 is way different than playing at 30. And then I was reading that the Rams have to go back to LA and then fly to Philly. A lot of travel on a short week too. You know what I mean? They're missing that one day. If you're new to the channel, guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're talking all things LA Rams, Philadelphia Eagles. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win this game. Yeah, I mean, Matt Stafford has been, very fortunate. He played with Detroit. All his home games are in domes. Going to LA SoFi, all the games are in domes. He is not a guy that has to play in the elements a lot. Yes, Steve, I agree, buddy. Welcome to the chat. I think so, too. I think the Philadelphia Eagles should win this game. Unless the defense completely falls apart, I think the Philadelphia Eagles win this game. Saquon Barkley went for 255 versus them in Week 12. I find it hard to believe they're going to slow him down. I really think Saquon Barkley is going to ball out. And then if they're going to bring a lot of pressure, look for Jalen Hurts to use his legs again. In that first game, he used his legs a lot to get first downs. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the way it goes, right? The Eagles are either going to, I don't know, the offense looked so bad last week, guys. I'm not sure. They should take a step forward, right? You know, they won a tough game. They got all those turnovers. They forced 4 turnovers in that game. They have to force turnovers. They forced turnovers in the game when they played them in LA. That's going to be the key, guys, getting those turnovers. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. And Kellen Moore's got to call a better game. He's had a really tough time getting this team going with the pass game. Like, anybody can dial up run plays, but you got to be creative as an offensive coordinator to scheme up great plays that are going to get guys open. Like, look what Sean McVay does with the Rams. Very creative guy. But Vic Fangio, especially towards the second half of that game, really started figuring out Sean McVay. So the Eagles were able to get pressure with the 5 sacks. He was getting a little predictable with his play calling, and the Philadelphia Eagles defense really stepped up. Yeah, I would love the Bills are my second favorite team in the NFL, and I'm really rooting for Josh Allen. I want to see him. I want to see him get a ring. I want to see someone else besides Patrick Mahomes play on. I would love for nothing more than to see my boy Pablo. He's a Texans fan. He's always in the live streams. Yo, can the Texans get a W? That defense has been playing pretty damn good, guys. So, I like it. I really like the chances of the Texans to make it a close game. Make it a close game. I don't want to see a Chiefs blowout, but the Chiefs' offensive line hasn't been playing great. And on the flip side, the Texans' defense has been playing really, really well. Like one of the leaders in sacks. I think they have 49 sacks on the year. That's a top 5. They only give up like 200 passing yards per game, only 315 total yards per game. The Texans are a very good defense. This could come down to a field goal, guys. It really could. It's going to be a very, very close game. Yeah, I would love to have any of the Bosa's on the Eagles, man. That is for sure. Yeah, man. I just think the Bills are better equipped to beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs just have the Ravens' number for whatever reason, man. So I don't know. That's really, really weird. But yeah, that's my prediction, guys. I'm going with the Eagles. What did I say? 30-17. Something in that ballpark. 30-17, 30-20, 28-20. Somewhere in that range. I think the Philadelphia Eagles win and cover the spread. Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in to this live stream, guys. I'm going to wrap it up doing my 20 minutes on this Philadelphia Eagles LA Rams game. Let me know in the comments down below who you think's going to win this game. And if you have any other questions about some of these other games this week, let me know who's going to win. All right, buddy. Thanks for tuning into the live stream, guys. I'll catch you all later. Peace. Go Birds!